Hi everyone, I think I'm live now. Welcome to another one of our LinkedIn live events. Today's topic is going to be money and the mother wound, which means that in today's topic, I'll be talking to you about how your ability to create money is actually deeply connected with how your relationship with your mother was like, what your experience was growing up with your mother, and how exactly it is connected with money. So this is like a common theme in the trauma world, wherein your relationship with with your money is deeply connected with the mother wound and the kind of relationship you've had with your mother. So today's topic is going to be an elaboration on just that. Before I start, I'll just quickly check if I am live or not. And if you're someone who's attending this live event for the very first time, how do these live events go is that I explain to you a topic in depth and you can ask me as many questions as you want. You can just comment down the questions wherever you're seeing this live, or probably if you're seeing this as a recording on YouTube, which is something I upload later on. Then you can just comment in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. I think I'm live. Okay, I am. So let's go ahead. Now, the very first thing to understand is first, what is money? A lot of people have very different idea about money. It is because money is a very objective thing, right? It's a medium of exchange, so everybody likes to think of money as their own experience, right? For example, some people think money is evil, some people think money is great, some people think that I just can't have enough of money, some people think that I wish the world existed without money. So whatever you feel about money is actually a projection of your own feelings. It's a projection of how you felt growing up about something, right? So money is nothing but a medium of exchange, right? Like many centuries back, we used to have barter system, wherein if let's say I want a bag of rice from you and I have, let's say, this water bottle in front of me, we will exchange it, right? So I'll get the rice and you'll get the water bottle. But the problem with barter system was that it was incredibly complex, which means that I have to have the same thing that you want at the same time that you have the thing that I want, right? So that didn't last very long. So we switched to gold and fiat currency, the one that we're using right now, which is normal, like coins and notes and everything. So money has always been nothing but a medium of exchange. The reason money is different from each for each one of us is because we connect our emotions with money, right? Money inherently doesn't really mean anything. So please understand that when you have any feelings about money, it's your own feelings. It does not make, like, if you believe that money is evil, it does not mean that money actually is evil. Money is just money. It's an objective medium of exchange. Now, let's understand what exactly is a mother wound. By the way, I have done, I don't think, I think I've mentioned it like 100 times now. I have already done a free 4-day boot camp on healing childhood trauma, and I've discussed mother wound on the second day in depth. So, if you're actually interested in understanding what childhood trauma is and how it is impacting you, and you want to gain deeper insights into your personal growth, so I highly recommend you watch that boot camp. So, just to explain to you in short what mother wound really is. So you must understand that when you are conceived, yeah, right, you're conceived inside your mother's womb. And when you are inside your mother's womb, you are receiving everything from your mother, right? The nourishment, the food, the water, everything is coming from the mom. And then after you come out of the womb, even then, for the first 6 months, the baby doesn't really even realize that the mother and the baby are two separate individuals. The baby believes that me and mom are the same. And that is why when you take the baby away from the mom, the baby starts to cry, right? Because his safety is taken away, his home is being taken away. In fact, even after 6 months, you are completely dependent on your mother. You're receiving everything from your mom, right? She is literally manufacturing food in her body for you. And even after you cross that stage where where the breastfeeding and everything is done, you completely rely on your mother. So growing up, you received everything from your mother, and that is why your relationship with your mother is going to determine your receiving capacity. And everything in our life, I feel like the internet is going here and there. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I hope it's fine. So, as I was saying, that whatever it is that we want in our life, it doesn't depend on what we are doing for it, but are we actually ready to receive it? A lot of people, when it comes to money, think that, oh my God, I'm not getting money, or why is money such a struggle for me and everything. The real reason is that the receiving is actually blocked. Like receiving money in their life feels incredibly difficult for them, and it manifests in different ways. That is what we'll be studying today. So coming back to the motherhood itself, when you don't share a consistent and loving relationship with your mother growing up, which means that you could not receive unconditional love and unconditional and consistent attention from your mother, it leads to a motherhood, right? Because when your mother isn't there, your sense of safety sort of goes away from your body and trauma starts to form. Now, I have used the word consistent and unconditional, and both these criteria need to be met for you to not have a mother wound. Oftentimes what tends to happen is that some people say that, no, I have, my mother is very loving towards me, and nothing of that sort is true. And for that case, you need to understand that, did you actually have a consistent presence of your mother growing up? Sometimes it can happen that you had a very loving mother, your mother loved you unconditionally, but she could not actually be present for you. She was always so busy, let's say in household chores. She could not even stay with you for 5-10 minutes at a time and listen to you, because she was always busy. Someone was calling her. She had a lot of burden on her. Maybe you had a working mother, so she was juggling work also and household things also. Maybe your mother was very sick. Maybe she was taking care of someone else instead of you. So basically, when your mother loved you unconditionally growing up, but she couldn't really give you her presence, it also leads to a mother wound. Similarly, let's say that your mother was always present with you, but she was incredibly critical, or she never really showed any affection, she never made you feel safe, she never took any interest in your life, she was always very distant and aloof in her own life. That can also result into mother wound. So that is how the mother wound really forms, right? When you have not received consistent and unconditional love and support from your mother. Now, we are going to understand how the mother wound and money are actually connected. Now, as I told you, right, money, like how much money you actually make in your life, how much money you actually are able to hold in your life, is a result of how willing are you to receive money, right? And money is about receiving, money is not about earning. It doesn't matter how much money you actually earn. If your receiving is blocked, it will either, the money will either go away as quickly as it came, or you will find it very difficult to do anything, right? Because you don't know how to receive, right? And why is it difficult to receive? Because when the receiving from your own, when your own creator has been difficult, which is your own mother, then receiving becomes difficult throughout your life. Now, when I say receiving, I don't just mean money, I also mean in relationships you may find it very difficult to receive love. Or let's say you are someone who finds it very difficult to receive any kind of help, like you always believe in doing everything on your own, so receiving becomes difficult. So that is how money and the mother wound is actually connected, right? When the receiving from the mother is difficult, receiving money also becomes very, very difficult for you. Now, apart from the two criteria, as I told you, that mom was not present consistently, or mom did not love you unconditionally, the third case could also be that mom was simply not present, right? Which means that maybe mom passed away, or she was very sick, so she was never really near you. Maybe there was an early separation. Let's say you were staying with your grandparents, and your mom was doing her own thing. Whatever it is, right? There's any kind of separation, any kind of passing away, it also leads to the mother wound. It kind of breaks the bond between you and your mother. Now, I'm going to be talking about some signs of receiving wound or the mother wound when it comes to money. And this will give you a deeper insight into how exactly mother wound leads to scarcity when it comes to money. Because again, as I said, money is not about earning, it is, are you willing to receive it? For example, there are two people, right? And both of them are able to see an opportunity to make money. One person will be very, excited to jump on this opportunity. The other person will be extremely skeptical, because to him, he believes that nothing can come easy in my life, specifically money. Receiving cannot happen easily. I have to struggle for it. So, this particular person will never spot opportunities in their environment, because they believe that nothing can be simple, everything has to be difficult, because receiving was difficult for them. Similarly, let's say, like on the other hand, for the first person who does not have a mother wound, they are able to see opportunities without having that mirror of skepticism, because they don't believe that money has to come in my life through difficulties. Money is just money, it doesn't really matter, or it is not a rule that it has to come from like a lot of difficulties. But the people who always have struggled for money, right, and these people have a deep belief that money can come to me through hard ways only, like it cannot be easy for me. And when we look at the lives of these people, we find that the love they receive from their mother has exactly been like that. And this brings me to the next point. The relationship you share with money is going to be an exact copy of the relationship you shared with your mother growing up. I'm going to take a few examples. Okay, let's say that you are someone who believes that instead of believe, let's say that every time money comes to you in your account, you always spend it away, right? You will either do some sort of a shopping, or you will let's say invest it away. Whatever it is that you're doing, it is never in your bank account. When you actually need it, you feel that, oh my god, I don't have any money left with me. And if you really notice your relationship with your mother, you may find that your relationship with your mother was also like that, that as soon as you would feel safe with your mother, she would actually give you love and attention. As quickly as the as mother's love came, it would go away, right? Or for example, let's say every time when it comes to money, you feel very very anxious about it. You find it very difficult to think about money with plain objective view. It makes you very very makes you feel very anxious that why are we talking about this topic. And when we take a look at your relationship with your mother, you may have a very anxious relationship with your mother too. Or let's say that you believe that it is so difficult to make money in life, it is so hard, you have to struggle so much, right? And when we look at your life, you may find that receiving from your mother was difficult. You could never ask for your mother to actually stay with you, because you always felt that I have to do something. Growing up, you had to do a lot to receive very little of your mother. So now you may have a your relationship with money is exactly like that. You do this much, but you receive this much. Or let's say that you have a very unhealthy relationship with money, in the sense that you are a hoarder, right? You like to hoard money, and you're always worried that, okay, one day I will run out of money, so let me keep hoarding it. And when we look at your relationship with your mother, we may find that you always believe that have my mother for only a limited amount of time, so let me just get as much attention as I can for her, because I don't know if it can go away. So all of this leads to being miserable in the present moment, right? You may think that someone who's hoarding money is somehow money smart, but they're not, because they're miserable in the present, because they're unable to think about money from an objective point of view, and it is all very emotional, very there's a lot of scarcity mindset and penny pinching mindset involved, right? And one interesting thing about scarcity mindset is that it leads to a lot of exhaustion. Like when you have a scarcity mindset, you will for always be exhausted. You will always be exhausted. You will always feel very tight. You will always feel very small, right? That's a problem with scarcity mindset, and the people who have it, they always feel very small. They always feel like, oh my god, I don't have much. So even if they may have the numbers in the bank account, they actually are unable to experience the happiness or the joy that money can bring, because their entire focus is on avoiding the misery that can happen. So they're always preparing for the doomsday, right? That one day everything will go to shit. What will I do then? So that way, even if you have the number in a specific amount of money in your bank account, you're unable to experience it. For example, let's say that I got a chocolate for myself. Okay, I got a really expensive chocolate for myself, and while I'm eating the chocolate, I am just obsessing over, oh my god, how much money did this chocolate take up? How much money will I be spending tomorrow? Oh my god, I have to do this, I have to do that. So even though I spend this money on this chocolate, I'm eating it, right? I can't enjoy it. Why? Because my focus is completely on what could go wrong and the misery part of it. And that is what tends to happen with people who have a difficult relationship with money. Because even if they have the money, they cannot really enjoy it. And like whatever we do in life, it is actually to feel something. There is no real reason behind doing anything. Think about it. You want to earn money because you want to feel safe, or maybe you think that it gives you respect from other people, or maybe you think it gives you freedom, right? If you had all the amount of money in the world, and yet you didn't actually feel any of this, that money would be useless. So it this is a very critical thing. A lot of people don't understand that it is not dependent on how much money you have in the bank account, but do you actually have the ability to experience the joy that money can bring? Because if you cannot, then you can have $1 billion, but it will make you feel nothing. And if you feel nothing, it is of no use, right? So before I go to the next topic, I'm just going to see again if my internet is working fine, because it has happened to me multiple times that the internet has just poofed away in the middle. Okay, it's working fine so far. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to be talking about signs of receiving wound. Okay. So the very first part, or the very first point when it comes to, having signs of receiving wound, as first is that you are actually unable to ask for money. And when I say ask for money, it could be that you are in a job and you're unable to ask for a hike, or maybe you're running a business, you are unable to charge a certain price for your product, or maybe you are let's say you are someone who has been dealing with something for a very long time and you want to raise your prices, you're unable to do that. So basically asking for more money is very difficult for you, because in your head the formula is that I have to do something special. I have to do something special to ask for a certain amount of money. In reality, there is no inherent value to money, right? People pay for ridiculous shit because, like, money is a result of desire, right? For example, people pay for adult movies, even though they can simply watch it for free. They pay for subscriptions like that. People pay for anything and everything, right? So there is no inherent rule or value for money, right? How much money people pay you is actually how much desire you're able to create in them. So when you have an unhealthy relationship with money, you're unable to ask for money without thinking 1000 times that what did I do to deserve this? How will I justify myself to someone else that okay, this is the money I'm asking? So you have all these rules in your head. You're unable to ask for money, right? And when that is the case, what you have done, right? What have you done? You have made receiving difficult for your own self, right? Because you believe that receiving has to have some sort of complexity involved, that it cannot be as simple as telling people that okay, I've just raised my prices, that I have to justify myself, right? There has to be some sort of justification. So when all of this is involved, what tends to happen is that you are unable to ask for money that you easily, very, very easily can. Okay. All right. Now, the second point is that you believe that you have to do too much to ask for the money that you want, right? So this is again a result of feeling that I have to work really, really hard. Like if I go and ask for this hike from my boss, is he going to say that I did not work hard enough? Or maybe if I have a client, I have to justify to them, oh my god, I'm going to be working these many hours for you, I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that. So basically here you assume that I have to do too much, so exhaustion becomes a part of you, right? Exhaustion and money is very tightly wounded in your energy, in your brain, because that is how the relationship with your mother was for you, right? You had to do a lot. Let's say you had to get good grades, you had to do something in the house so that your mom could finally notice you. Attention from mom wasn't easy, right? And that is why now when I think of asking for more, it is not easy. Why do I feel that the screen is looking weird? I don't know. I'm not sure. But you know what? Let's go ahead with it. Now, the third point is loans scare you. So this is a very common thing that I tend to see in people who have this mother wound, because again, when it comes to loan, what is a loan, right? Loan is nothing but like future money coming to you right now. Loan is nothing but someone giving you the resources to do whatever you want with those resources, right? But when it comes to people who have a mother wound and they have an unhealthy relationship with money because of it, they think that loan is a big responsibility someone is giving on me. That I just cannot take it. I cannot take it. Like I cannot take anyone's help. Right? Loan is what? It's help. It could come from bank. It could come from a partner. It could come from your parents. But you cannot. You feel that I cannot ask for a loan because somebody is just like giving me so much and I don't know what to do with it, right? Like I have to work hard for it. So here what tends to happen is that you are unable to make use of money objectively, because what are loans, right? Loans are nothing but someone giving you resources. So someone who has an objective relationship with money will use money very objectively. They will use loan to, let's say, make more money. They will invest it somewhere wherein they may get more returns. But someone who's very scared of loans because they believe that money is something that somebody cannot give to me without any effort, then they miss forever play small, because they are very, very scared, right? They don't use money as a tool. They use money as a sense of safety and security. Now, the next point is that you have a lot of tightness around money, right? You feel very, very constricted about money. You feel that it requires a lot of hard work, or you find it very uncomfortable talking about money, or there is always a sense of feeling that I'm just starved of money, like I don't have enough of it. And again, when we see uh, when we see the early life of an individual like this, we will often see that these people were also starved of love growing up from their mother. They always felt that I don't have enough, and now they feel the same way about money. Now, the last point is you may have moms absorbed fears around money. So, for example, if your mother had a lot of fear around that, you should not, never, let's say as a woman, she always told you that you should not make more money than your partner, then what may happen is that you may unconsciously sabotage your chances of actually experiencing career success, because you believe that if I have a lot of success, I may not be able to get into a relationship, or my partner will get upset. Similarly, for the same point before, when you believe that I have to work too hard for money, you may not charge what you are worth, right? You may measure exhaustion as a measure of hard work, when in reality that's not the truth. Exhaustion doesn't mean quality or productivity. Exhaustion is just exhaustion, right? So even though someone who is doing the same quality of work as you may be making 10 times more than you're unable to do that because you confuse exhaustion with productivity, right? You confuse it. Exhaustion means value. You feel that I have to justify to someone that I'm charging you this much because I've exhausted myself this much, right? Because if exhaustion and hard work would be the reason why people actually have money, then blue collar laborers who work so hard would have the most amount of money. But that's not really the truth. Money goes where there is desire and value, and people can value anything in this world. People can desire anything in this world. This is recent news, right? That I read that someone bought a banana paint, like pasted on the wall as a from like by a duct tape as an art piece for about $50 million. Can you believe someone bought a banana taped with a duct tape on a plain white wall as an art piece for $50 million? Does it make any sense? It doesn't. Yet the person purchased it because they somehow saw some sort of value in that. So money flows where there is value, and anyone people can value anything. It does not, like, money doesn't actually come from exhaustion. So if you have a belief like that, it means that your mother wound is extremely strong, right? And if your mother wound is extremely strong, then it is very imperative that you actually work on it instead of you sabotaging like your relationship with money and money actually coming in. I would like to give you one real life example. So once I was talking to someone in my clarity call, and they told me that, Rianchi, I was getting a really great deal. So this person was, I think, working in a creative field. I think they were a writer or whatever. I'm not sure. They told me that Rianchi was getting a really good deal for my writings, but I decided that I don't want to take it. Like, I worked for like free, and I didn't want to take the money. I felt like it was against this, against that, and now I regret it. I feel that I keep self sabotaging myself whenever money wants to come in, or I keep taking low paying projects. It's like whenever it comes to taking high paying projects, I get scared that people want to pay me this much money. When people pay me less, it makes me feel safe, right? That was her issue. So you may not attract money in your life purely because you are very afraid that it can actually come easily into your life, and you don't know what easy money is, because you don't know what easily receiving is. And when you don't know what easily receiving is, you will forever either sabotage things in your life to create money, or you may unnecessarily make it difficult for yourself, right? So both of them leads to a receiving block, a money block that comes from the mother wound, right? When your receiving becomes whole, when you start receiving your mother fully into your body, right, through trauma healing sessions that we do, then you're able to receive money fully, because your safety is not tied with it anymore. Your body actually has space to hold big money, right? For example, some people have this habit that if money comes in, they don't know what to do with it. They may get angry, they may get sad, they will spend everything away. They just can't hold money, right? And building long term wealth is about being able to hold money, right, without feeling anxious about it, without feeling, oh my god, somebody will take my money away. Some people also have this fear. Some people have this fear that if I make a lot of money, people will start judging me, people will start using me, or people will take advantage of me, or that people will think that I've become egoistic. So all of these beliefs, subconscious beliefs that you have around money, are what is keeping you stuck where you are. It is not that somebody's stopping you. It is your own unconscious energetic blocks that you have, which is not allowing the money to come in. So money wants to come to your life, and here are your energetic blocks. I don't deserve it. It cannot be this easy. There must be some catch. So whatever belief you keep telling yourself about when it comes to money is what is keeping you stuck. Now, coming to the last part today, which is how do you actually heal this mother wound? If you see me looking down, it is me looking at my notebook because sometimes I tend to forget the things I want to talk about. And by the way, I also did a free session on how money and career and trauma are related. It was a really great masterclass I did, I think, a few months back. It's available inside my trauma informed classes community. So if you join the WhatsApp group of the Childhood Trauma Healing Bootcamp, you will find other trauma informed classes in that same community as well. I'm just going to see if we have any questions so far. Okay. I don't think we have any questions so far. Now, coming to the last point, I think so far you've understood what mother wound is and how actually mother wound affects how money comes into your life. Now, we're going to talk about how can you actually heal it. Now, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to assess the relationship that you have with your mother and that you had growing up, like not right now, that you had growing up. And is that the same relationship you have with money, right? So, for example, when you say that money is very difficult for me to earn, simply replace it with your mother's love. That it's very difficult for me to earn my mother's love or get my mother's love. So when you replace whatever relationship you have with money, whatever you feel about money with mother's love, then you'll be able to see how and where the receiving blocks really are. The second thing I want to do is I want you to write down what are your three biggest fears around money, right? What are you afraid will happen if you make more money? Try to think in terms of that. Do you think that people will use you, will abandon you? Do you think your partner may feel that no, this is someone who has changed now that this person is making money? Whatever you think your fears are around money, write that down. So, three biggest fears and three biggest things that you believe will happen if you started making more money, right? This is going to give us a deeper insight into what your biggest fears around money are. For example, some people believe that if I don't have money, I will not be respected. A lot of men have this belief, by the way, that if I don't have money, I will not be respected. A lot of women have the belief that if I don't have money, I will be trapped, my freedom will be taken away. Again, a common belief is that if I don't make money, I will not be able to fulfill my desires and I will be depressed and other things like that. So, all of these beliefs come from somewhere. And a lot of times we see that the beliefs that you have around money often comes from either your mom's absorbed fears or your experience of mom. For example, if mom always spoke about how difficult it is to make money, or how money is the most important thing in the world, you may grow up to prioritize money over anything and everything, right? So, I want you to think really deeply about what your biggest fears around money are. And then the final step is to actually do deep inner work, which means that you need to heal your mother wound so that you can actually accept your mother without looking at her as someone you have to run for, or you have to seek validation or approval from, right? And we do it through systemic healing. So when I'm working with my clients around the relationship with money, what we do is we do systemic healing where we heal the mother wound so that you actually are able to open up, right? Your nervous system opens up. It does not have a lot of trauma anymore, and you're able to look at money objectively, and you're able to invite money in, because money is energy, okay? And energy likes to flow. You cannot hoard energy. If you hoard energy, like it's like hoarding water, right? It's gonna get bad. So money needs to flow like energy. So if energy is not flowing in your life, it's because there is an energetic block, and that energetic block is the mother wound that we're talking about, right? And the last thing is, I want you to think in terms of the money decisions that you're making right now, rationally over emotionally. Whatever decisions you're making, from what place are you making it? Are you making it from a place that, okay, this makes logical sense, or are you making it from a place of fear, from a place of I am terrified, or from insecurity, whatever the feeling is, right? The more you examine your relationship with money, the more you start seeing, okay, how do I actually feel about money, and when did I start feeling this about money? You will be able to see that this is not about money at all, right? It is about a deeper issue, a deeper block, a deeper feeling that you're chasing. For instance, I once worked with a client who wanted to make a lot of money because he believed that if I made a lot of money, nobody will be able to look down on me. And when did inner child healing, we found that he was bullied growing up and he felt very powerless. So now money means power to him, right? Similarly, money could mean different things for you, right? It may not always be related to the mother wound itself, but however, mother wound is a significant part of why you actually find like have a difficult relationship with money. But it could be other things as well. So try to be objective about your relationship with money instead of mindlessly thinking about it or mindlessly running behind it, because money is just a medium of exchange, and it is just a simple byproduct of creating value in the world, nothing else. There is no other meaning to money, right? Your life and your joy has far more meaning than money ever will. So that's it for today. I'm really happy that I was able to cover this topic in 30 minutes, because I'm trying to have live events that are not 1 hour long so that you don't get bored and you're able to cover these live events later on as well. So that is it from my side. I'll just see if we have any questions so far. And if you would like to work with me more one on one on your money reality or your confidence or your clarity, I do deep trauma work with my clients to bring about a permanent shift in their life. So if you would like to work with me, you can just go to my profile and you would see the top mate link and you can book a one on one coaching session with me. It's a 90-minute call where we do deep inner work and we do systemic healing work. And if you would like to work with me longer, and maybe you are someone who's already had a clarity call with me before, just DM me. You can inquire about the current one-on-one programs I'm running. Okay, let's see if we have any questions so far. Okay, no questions yet. So I hope I was able to explain things in a coherent manner. I hope that is the reason we don't have questions. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I will see you in like 2 to 3 days in another live event in on another topic. If you're someone who believes that there is a particular topic that you would like me to elaborate on or talk about, feel free to send it to me in my DMs, and I would love to take the topic up. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Bye bye.